Hey, what's up guys, it's Tekka here, and now I'm going to talk about Power Rangers Dino Fury. This is the new season that has just come out, so I'm going to give my initial thoughts on it. Now, I've only seen the first 2 episodes of this thing, and my initial thoughts are, it's okay. It's just okay. And boring. The show starts off with Amelia, the Pink Ranger, working at a social media news company called BuzzBlast. So again, Power Rangers is trying to show that it knows what kids like these days.
Tune in tomorrow for my review on this year's best glow-in-the-dark lip glosses. And as always, click like and subscribe to BuzzBlast.
Hopefully they don't overdo it like they did in Beast Morphers with Devin's video game obsession.
I'll just pretend it's another video game and kick some robot butt.
My life is suddenly like one big video game.
Anyway, Amelia is into Ghost, but her boss tells her to focus on what's trending and not what she wants. Typical journalism story.
As I always say, BuzzBlast isn't about ghosts and Sasquatches.
It's about skateboards and singers, fashionable foods, and top 10 travel tips.
She is sent out to a place in the woods called Dino Henge with a bunch of dinosaur statues standing in a circle, which I'm surprised is not a tourist attraction. She even goes there with some kind of Ghostbusters toy gun thing because she wants to look for ghosts. And while she's there, she ends up running into the Blue Ranger, Ollie, who is at Dino Henge with his mom, an archaeologist, who is studying the area because there's a myth that there's a secret command center under the dinosaur statues.
Below the Dino Henge statues, there's some sort of chamber.
Underground? Right here? No way.
Then the villain, Void Knight, arrives out of nowhere and he finds the chamber right away since it's obviously under all the dinosaur statues. And nobody else is smart enough to figure that out. Once he gets in, he is stopped by the alpha of this season, a cyborg dinosaur, and we see the Red Ranger who was frozen in time for over 65 million years. Just like the Zyuranger plotline. Ollie and Amelia start to fight off the villain and do a pretty good job until the Dino Alpha 5 cyborg thing accidentally gives Void Knight the power to turn a bunch of the frozen knights into his henchmen. Ollie and Amelia continue to fight them off and eventually become the Blue and Pink Rangers.
Here, have these!
What's happening?
Yes!
What? All right!
As usual, the fight scene is the best part of the show, and they continue acknowledging the history of the show.
Blue powers, costumes, and weapons? What other stuff do we get?
If you watch the news, Zords!
Eventually, the Red Ranger is unfrozen and joins the fight. I love the costumes this season. They have a perfect blend of color with a black triangular dino teeth pattern that creates a great contrast. The use of bright colors with armor pieces helps the suit stand out. It's like Dino Thunder meets SPD. Void Knight finds what he was looking for, Sporix, which were these gooey little egg things that hatch and become monsters, and as they continue to evolve, they grow bigger. So now the Rangers will have to spend every episode looking for these Sporix before they hatch and become the monster of the day. Then after the fight we meet Zato, the Red Ranger, who is an alien. You can tell this because he has the same antennae just like in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he can use them to read minds, just like in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ollie, a rational, logical, adventurer, and scientist. And you're Amelia, an imaginative and unstoppable truth seeker.
We learn his backstory of being a knight on his home planet and how he came to Earth to stop the Sporix from destroying the Earth just like they destroyed his home planet. Even though we don't see exactly how they came to Earth. No spaceships, nothing. We just see their planet getting destroyed and next thing you know they're on Earth. And on top of all that, we even see Zato riding a Tyrannosaurus while fighting the monsters. As if he got permission to do that. Maybe Zato and the other knights used their psychic alien powers to make the dinosaurs not eat them. Then, the Morphing Masters make Zato and his fellow knights Power Rangers.
You are the Dino Fury Power Rangers. Together, you must defend the Earth against these evil But how? We will make you mighty weapons.
This is just like the Kaku Ranger plotline, and for those who don't know, the ancient ninja ancestors of the main cast make them Power Rangers. As for their personalities, Zato has a stoic hero attitude, which makes sense since he's an ancient knight.
It wasn't the kind of victory you celebrate. We captured the Sporix and locked them in this chest, but my friends, the other knights, they were lost.
Amelia can't stop talking about ghosts and social media.
That's right, Buzz Blasters. Today, I'm proving ghosts are real.
Man, I'd get a ton of likes if I could post about it, though.
And Ollie can't stop talking about science.
Nope, because ghosts don't exist. You ever found any proof?
And this becomes really, really old and tiresome. We see more of this in the second episode. It starts off with Zato teaching Ollie and Amelia how to morph. It wasn't as good as in Ninja Storm when they forgot how to morph, but it still worked. My main problem with this is that the morphing sequence is way too long. And there's still this obsession with the morphing grid.
I'd heard of the Morphin Grid before. The Morphin Grid joined us with the spirits of the dinosaurs.
Later, when they go into town to try telling the people about the Sporix, of course, no one believes them, except Ollie's mom, since it gives her another excuse to go into Dinohenge. The best parts were that they finally brought back teleportation. Now the Rangers don't have to run across town just to get to the next scene. Also, we see Zato looking like a fish out of water, not knowing or understanding how the world is and how the world works, since he's been frozen for over 65 million years.
Wow. Earth sure has changed in 65 million years. Where are the dinosaurs? I'd love to see some.
Again, the fight scene is the best part, but I still can't stand how they have to have their little jokes and puns while fighting. And again, the morphing sequence is way too long.
It's morphin' time! Dino Fury key! Smooth. Activate! Link to morphin' grid!
Ollie tries to help by taking Void Knight's energy sensor from episode 1 and using it to find the Sporax.
My mom's drone does aerial scanning, and this thing detects Sporix energy. If we combine this with the drone, we can scan the city and find all of them before they hatch.
The team is against this idea, but he still gives his mom the sensor so she can help find the Sporax with her technology. I really like how this character trait shows how he can act on his ideas, and even if everyone else is too scared to, he doesn't have to wait for permission from a mentor figure. Unfortunately, as good as an idea as this was, Void Knight and the monster attack his mom while she's using her technology to look for the Sporix, and it leads directly into the next fight. And before I forget, the acting in this is just horrible. It just sounds like these guys are reading off the script.
We are the Power Rangers. Oh, come on, I was gonna say that.
What's going on? Solon, why are the henchmen activated? And who are they?
Those things obey you? What a clever horsey you are.
I thought the only wooden ranger was Troy from Megaforce, but this season is full of wooden actors. The best examples of this are in the fight scenes in costume. They never sound like they're being attacked or using up energy or filled with adrenaline, etc. Again, they just sound like they're reading.
Oh no!
They're fighting? Yeah. When Zato said giant, what he meant was ginormous.
I've got plenty more tricks.
Hey, ma'am. Are you okay?
You sound familiar. Have we met?
No. They may come back, so please get the safe.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow. Real smooth.
Despite the horrible acting, I feel like this interaction is building up to Ollie's mom being a Power Ranger, or at least working at their command center. Anyway, after Zato uses his Zord to destroy the monster, he sends out a PSA about the Sporix from Buzz Blast.
If you find a Sporix or a Sporix beast, call, text, or direct message the Ranger hotline immediately.
And cut.
Now, I'm not going to waste your time by talking about episode 3 because nothing happened, so I'll just move on to episode 4. But, before I do, I want to quickly talk about this running gag that I'm sure you've all noticed. This running gag is that Amelia is such an idiot for constantly believing in the paranormal, and Ollie always has to prove her wrong and make her look stupid because he believes in science. Now, we don't need to have Ollie constantly proving her wrong and making her look stupid, but how can he not believe in ghosts in this Power Ranger universe? Especially since the paranormal has always been in the show, like the demons in Lightspeed Rescue, Kendricks and the Magda Defender from Lost Galaxy, the magic in Mystic Force, and the Soul of Humanity kid from Wild Force, and so much more. Anyway, on to episode 4. This episode is special because it introduces the Green and Black Ranger, giving us a full team of 5 Rangers. It starts off with Zato trying to get a job at Buzz Blast. Why the hell would an alien need a job? He can easily just stay in the command center.
Are you sure I should interview for this reporter job? I really only have experience fighting monsters.
Anyway, in the waiting room they meet Javi, the Black Ranger. When they meet him, he's playing his harmonica, and this shows that his real passion is music and that he just wants this job just because he just wants to make money for a new instrument. His leather jacket, ripped jeans, boots, plaid shirt gives him an I don't care, bad boy type of attitude. Don't judge a book by its cover. Anyway, Javi is sent to the museum to learn about the Netherite orb that's said to have mystical powers, while Zato is sent to learn about the top teen athlete in the state. Later, they meet Izzy, the Green Ranger. She's the top teen athlete in the state, and also not the nicest person in the world, just like her dad, the Park Ranger.
I don't care if you're a reporter or the Queen of England. You're trespassing.
You're a knight. Well, I'll give you a call if I see any dragons.
They find her practicing the javelin throw at the high school field. Zato says some really stupid things in this episode just so the writers can show that he's an alien and he doesn't understand Earth. As if we already didn't know that.
Ah yes, coolio. My friend Ollie taught me that. Amelia, you didn't hear that.
Also, when they arrive at the high school, he even says,
Humans do some strange things.
So on his planet, they have knights, speak English,
Becoming a knight is dangerous.
have people that are so evolved that they're psychic, advanced technology that can travel through space, but they don't have any sports. How does that work? I get that he's an alien, but the main point of sports is pure competition, and he was clearly part of an advanced civilization which definitely had some competitions. He also openly reveals his secrets without realizing it.
I know because I used to throw those all the time when I was a knight.
You're a knight.
There are dragons here?
He's just kidding.
Anyway, later the museum is attacked by a monster and Javi calls the Power Ranger hotline from episode 2. And instead of the Rangers or even the police showing up, the Park Ranger shows up to try and stop the monsters. What the hell does he think he can do to stop these monsters?
That belongs to the people of Pine Ridge. Put it down.
And obviously he gets blasted away. I guess Yogi Bear wasn't around to keep him busy. When confronted by the monsters, we see that Javi's bad boy look is nothing but that, a look. The writers have probably made him some kind of punk rock, EDM, hipster, whatever, that always has to be different from everybody else and never conforms to what society wants.
If you want to be one of the nonconformists, all you have to do is dress just like us and listen to the same music we do.
Also, we learn that he and Izzy are brother and sister, and that their dad clearly favors Izzy.
My ears! What is that infernal ruckus? Please stop!
In the forest, for some reason, Javi's harmonica hurts the monsters, and he and Izzy become the Black and Green Ranger after Javi destroys the orb from the museum. They use their own skills to improve the fights. Javi uses some double sword techniques like in Gokaider, and Izzy mixes in her javelin skills into the fight.
You good?
Yep. That's some brother-sister synergy right there.
Again, just like in the previous episodes, the fight scene, specifically this fight scene, is the best part of the episode. Not only do we get to see some action, which is the only reason why I watch Power Rangers anymore. But we finally get all 5 Rangers. Also, I forgot to mention, this season finally doesn't have a Bulk and Skull ripoff, and no more daddy issues. Oh no, I spoke too soon. Amelia's boss at Buzz Blast is the Bulk and Skull ripoff.
How was your weekend?
We had a weekend? I had no idea. I was busy working on my new story.
What's it about?
Working too much on weekends.
Did we really just have a weekend?
Uh-huh.
I can feel my powers building in my... No, that is the chili dog I ate. Oh, I've got goosebumps. Must be close.
The monsters in this season are really annoying. They act very goofy and say the stupidest things, so it's impossible to even feel threatened by them.
It's Morphin Slime!
Spoiler alert! We
I'm not going to say anything else about them because there's nothing else to say. It's clear that the show is trying to have a more serious tone. Trying being the key word. Like having the Rangers seem like responsible or rebellious adults looking for work, or having them teleport injured people to the hospital. However, none of this works because of all of the stupid, childish things that are done in this show. I honestly won't be surprised if Santa Claus returns in their Christmas special. So, overall, the show is okay, and hopefully it will get better with time. I don't have much else to say about this since this is just the beginning, but I'm definitely excited to see all the new costumes and fight scenes this season, and maybe, just maybe, the 6th Ranger will finally be black. As for everything else, we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.